Hi guys, welcome back to Waxing On. Weekend before Halloween, and like we did last year, I thought it'd be fun to pull out another movie to take a look at, kind of get you in that Halloween spirit. Now last year, remember, I think there were episodes 5, 19, 20, no, 5, 18, 19, and 20. If you want to go back and just check out the shows on those. It was Blair Witch Project, a spine-tingling movie, that one. I mean, it was a scary movie. Had you on the edge of your seat without all the special effects, without all the gore and blood and things like that. We've got Jennifer Lynch's Surveillance, another great thriller. Lots of twists and turns, lots of surprises. Not unlike her father David Lynch's movie, but maybe a little more stronger narrative than some of his. And we wrapped up with a comedy, Young Frankenstein. Now, back in my day when I was a kid, horror movies consisted of monster movies. I mean, it was Frankenstein, it was Dracula, Wolfman, Creature from the Black Lagoon, things like that. As we got on into the 70s, or maybe into the 80s even, things kind of changed. And we went from the monster movie idea to more of the slasher films, the slice and dice, that kind of thing. And it was all about the special effects, the blood and gore. And to me, it got kind of repetitious. I mean, I'll give you Freddy Krueger, great character, great movie, almost like a real human monster. But I mean, it was one that was a classic. But you get into some of these others. I mean, this summer I had a chance to audition for a couple of movies that were going to be considered horror movies. They had like a festival they have down here. But I'll tell you, they look like the same old thing. We know it's the backwoods guys that capture somebody that wanders off the beaten path, and it's a lot of stabbing, a lot of blood, a lot of things like this. The stories just aren't the same. So this time I'm not even going to try and do any modern horror because to me it all sounds the same. We're going to go back to 1948 for a classic, another great comedy to get you in a Halloween mood, but in a fun way. It's from the Frankenstein collection. And it is, let's see if I can get it turned around so you can see it here. There we go. Abbott and Costello meet Frankenstein. And now, Abbott and Costello, they are just classic. To me, they were the funniest duo we had out there. They made some great, great movies. This one, not only is it a horror movie involving Frankenstein and something they're trying to do to Costello, but we've got Bela Lugosi in it, original Dracula, Lon Chaney, the original Wolfman, and unfortunately, Boris Karloff's not back. We have another stand-in for Frankenstein. Now, I know I'm saying Frankenstein, I'm not saying Frankenstein's monster, and I'm saying we should be forgiven that. When you look at this, and again, this is the kind of packaging we grew up with, the Frankenstein collection. What are the names of the movies? Well, I got Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein, Son of Frankenstein, Ghost of Frankenstein, Frankenstein meets the Wolfman, House of Frankenstein, House of Dracula, and Abbott and Costello meet Frankenstein. Nowhere does it say Abbott and Costello meet Frankenstein's monster. It doesn't say Frankenstein's monster meets the Wolfman. It doesn't say Bride of Frankenstein's monster. So we've been programmed to believe that this is Frankenstein. And we should be forgiven for not using the Frankenstein monster idea because that's just the way it was back then. Anyways, great movie, lots of laughs. Abbott and Costello are hilarious. It still kind of ties in with the Halloween theme, with the monsters. These are the kind of movies we used to see, like a lot of the horror movies, Universal ones. Frankenstein, Dracula, Wolfman, Creature from the Black Lagoon, all of the Roger Corman horror movies tied in with Edgar Allan Poe and that. These are the kind of things that showed up in the drive-in. During those, if you remember, come on now, those Dusk to Dawn drive-in features they used to have on holiday weekends, yeah, we'd see some of these in there. These are the kind of classics that kind of built that drive-in business. Anyways, one thing to check out, if you get a chance over the weekend, go down I don't know if it's available for downloads or streaming. You might have to buy a hard copy or find one or borrow one from a friend, borrow one from an old friend, and take a look at Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein. Hilarious twist, some great comedy by a classic duo. That's it for tonight. We'll see you next week. Have a great time. Enjoy your weekend. Get ready for Halloween. Don't eat too much candy.